What is up, guys? Fado82 coming at you with a weekly Rust update. There haven't been a lot of items added into the game this week, but what has been done in the game is a true game changer. So, ladders have been added into the game, guys. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail because I have a separate video entirely on ladders, but I'm going to talk a little bit about what's changed since I made that video. So, the ladders, guys, are a default blueprint. You can craft them right out of the gate, right from the get-go. 300 wood per ladder to make, so they're not too expensive. They can be placed on the side of walls. They can be placed on pillars if you maneuver them just right. They can be placed on the landscape itself, so you can use them to get up rocks. And the biggest thing, guys, that's the biggest game changer, is they can be placed in building blocked areas. You'll notice that I put down a tool cabinet here to test it out, and I deauthorized myself from it, so it shows that the building has been blocked. Now, when you go up to a structure with a ladder, guys, it's going to look a little bit funky. You're going to have to find where you can place it. It's a little bit imperfect, but when you find this spot and it turns blue, you'll go ahead and place it and it will go in the right position. So even though when you're holding it, at least right now on the dev server, it looks a little bit wonky, when you place it, it will be upright. So you can crawl up the ladder, guys. We've looked at that before in the previous video. At that point in time, you were able to shoot from the ladders. You can no longer do that. You can still hold your weapon. You can still shoot. You can't shoot, rather, so that's been removed, which is a good thing. So when you're going up the ladder, it's now going to make you a target because you can't fight back. The one thing, guys, that you do want to make note of is when you're climbing up a ladder, you can still place C4. You can manipulate certain tools, so you want to be aware of that. So we're climbing up the ladder here. We can go ahead and place some C4 and watch the show there. Okay, guys, and to mitigate against ladders, we've talked a little bit about it before in the other video. You're gonna have to adapt to it, make some type of overhangs, make spikes. If you have spikes on the ground, you can't place the ladders, so you can't get up over them with that. So there are some ways to defend against it. It's definitely going to be a game changer, though, guys, and be prepared. And last night, guys, we did a raid video, an epic raid where a base was built on top of the Death Star of the globe, and a lot of people had questions about, can you build on monuments? And absolutely, you certainly can put ladders on monuments. However, the particular globe base does prevent you from being able to get up to a certain point. So the globe base is still going to have that choke point of the stairs, as best I can tell. You're still going to have to bunny hop up those stairs to be able to get to the globe base if somebody builds it. The globe is actually very well designed to mitigate against ladders because it has these rings on it on various points. So you can only get the ladders up so far to this point, and then that is going to prevent you from putting another ladder above it. Even if you do put another ladder above it, if you're able to get it there, you're not going to be able to get up to it because that ring will prevent you from doing it. You can try to jump up there, but you're going to keep falling back down, and you'll actually end up falling to your death. No! So, guys, good or bad, sorry to say that ladders are not going to be a game changer for someone who builds on top of the globe, or the Death Star as they call it. They're still going to have the critical choke point at the stairs. The globe is actually, as we saw in that raid video, a very viable option for building a base up there. And it's going to be, I think, a very sought after and very desirable real estate on servers. I'm expecting some heavy globe fighting on Rustopia during the next wipe cycle. Alright, guys, just wanted to show that off. You can build on monuments, you cannot build on rad towns with ladders. And the player collision, guys, means a lot for player movements. Not only are you going to bump into players, but in terms of hitting them, you're no longer going to clip through them when you're hitting them. So this is going to very much change the dynamics of how you interact with players. You're no longer going to be clipping into them and through them when you're hitting them with a rock or another item. So the dynamics of PvP have certainly been changed with this particular patch. And one of the coolest aspects, guys, about player collision is now that players can actually jump on top of one another, they can piggyback off each other to get up on top of a structure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to demonstrate. We have our friend over here, Harvey. He's going to try to jump up on my back and get up onto this particular structure. How does that make you feel?
I'm so excited, dude. Counter-Strike, bro. Counter-Strike and Rust, man.
Also to make note, guys, there's been some changes to the server browser where the needed features have been added in. There's some buttons you can toggle to show servers that are full or empty, and you can also search for servers now, which is a really good feature. So you can go ahead and type in the server. We'll type in Rustopia here, and we'll see that we're on the Rustopia dev server right now. So very good stuff and very good functionality that's been added into the game. The server browser also seems to be a little more snappier and responsive. I'm not sure if some work has been done there as well, but make note of that. Another subtle but yet big game-changing feature, guys, you no longer trip on mushrooms in the game, or more correctly get stuck on mushrooms. You'll notice we can run through these patches of mushrooms and not get hung up on them. In past iterations, we'd get stuck here and we'd have to jump over it or walk around it, and now we can make short work of this Amanita muscaria mushroom and we can run straight through it. So this has been a subtle but much needed game-changing feature as well. This patch, guys, is all about game changers. If you guys enjoyed the update, this is Fado82. Peace. Appreciate your help helping out with the update. Thank you very much.